National Library of Medicine defines a nursing home as a place for people who don't need to be in a hospital but can't be cared for at home. In 2010, according to the National Center for Assisted Living, more than 735,000 people nationwide live in an assisted living setting. In just a mere 3 years, the CDC came out with a new statistic stating that number has grown to 1.4 million people. Most of these residents don't have family that visit them all the time. Imagine if it was your family member admitted into a nursing home. You would want the very best for them. That is where someone like me comes in. I volunteered at an assisted living, giving the residents company and someone to talk to. I've been doing this since I was really little. My sisters and I would go to nursing homes and we would put on little shows. We would do skits and sing and dance for them during their supper time. Today, I will tell you why more people need to lend their time volunteering in assisted livings, what to do when volunteering, and what will happen if these centers are neglected. Hopefully, it will shed some light on why you should get involved. The first thing I will cover is why more people need to start volunteering in nursing homes. As human beings, we should get more involved and help the people who need it the most. A statement from Lisa Berkman, a chair of Department of Society, Human Development, and Health, stated, "We know from previous studies that people with many social ties have lower mortality rates. We have mounting evidence that strong social networks can help to prevent declines in memory. Without volunteers, it affects the residents in these homes in such a negative way. The NCAL has conducted studies to show that. 25% of residents need help moving from place to place. That is a fairly high percentage. 22% of people need help eating. When volunteering, I was walking in the dining room to make sure nothing was going to happen. Also, an astonishing 72% of people need help bathing as well. These little things can make a person's day. I would also do puzzles with them and chat, and they were extremely grateful. Just having that company for a few hours a day just makes them so incredibly happy. Doing daily activities that we take for granted, they actually need help doing them. Although volunteers don't bathe them or change their clothes or feed them, it just puts it in perspective how these residents need people looking after them at all times. Knowing why it is important volunteering, let's talk about how you can do just that. It is easy to get involved in your community, specifically involved at an assisted living. Just get approval from a staff of the facility and set a date. All you have to do is simply talk among the residents, serve them lunch or dinner, and maybe play some games. Puzzles were a big hit when I volunteered, and card games as well. The residents don't expect anything more than just hanging out with them and giving them your company and attention. Try setting aside a few times per month to get involved. Locate different assisted livings that you are interested in helping out at, and pick a date for each home you can volunteer at. Make sure the times work for both you and the facility. It is really just that simple. Now, after hearing how easy it is to get involved, I'm going to tell you the negative effects if people do not volunteer at these nursing homes. The biggest negative effect that will happen is to the residents themselves. I think their will to live will diminish, knowing they are stuck in this place with no family to visit them, which is an awful thing to think about. A shocking 85% of residents state that they do not get any visitors, which is according to Susan Zader, the founder of Organization for Visiting the Lonely Ones, which is an organization dedicated to volunteering at assisted livings. I talked to people who haven't had people visit them in a very long time, and that is sad because everyone deserves someone to care about them. It will seriously make their day. Although you may not have a family member in a nursing home, it is still our responsibility to make sure others have good company and are cared for. Then the residents won't be so lonely. Like I said, they are so thankful and love seeing people help out. I talked to one lady who said I reminded her of her granddaughter who she hasn't seen as often as she would like. Imagine being admitted into a nursing home, possibly by your own family, and they never end up visiting you. To me, that would be like they don't care what happens to you in your last stages of life. They should not have to feel that way. Fortunately, with all the good people who donate their time, residents are able to smile knowing there is someone out there who wants to spend time with them. We have now covered why people should lend their time volunteering, what to do when volunteering, and what will happen if these centers are neglected. These residents need care. Just knowing you were there for the sole purpose of making their lives a bit easier and a bit happier is a very rewarding feeling, not only for you, but for the resident as well. It makes you feel grateful that you were able to do things on your own, knowing there are people out there who can't. If you ever have a free day, I recommend going to a local nursing home to help out. It is a great experience for you and the resident, and you will not regret it.